Okay, so what time is it? It's 2:19 a.m. It's freaking Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. I never really read this book this much, but um, I read it from time to time. I need to finish like the whole thing. But I am just a little tired, but not too tired. But I'm also like, when people yarn, um, kind of like look it up, but yarning, if you heard, is like kind of contagious. I've heard that like all my life. Um, Nothing wrong with it. Yarning actually helps push oxygen and other things in and out through your body. So people that tend to yarn, they could be very tired. Um, Life is very overwhelming with work, personal lifestyles, family lifestyles, the type of career or job you might have. If you're receiving love, if you're afraid of love, if you have friends, don't have friends, whatever. So, back to this book. That's the reason why I'm on here. But I had to start off with the reality of things. Before we get into this different kind of street tale, and it's a novel by Zoe and Yusuf T. Woods. Blood of My Brother, The Face Off 2. It's RJ Publications and Intro Deuces. Okay. So don't forget, you can rewind, fast forward, whatever. But this book, I don't know, we're just gonna read it like 2 pages or whatever. Let's start with the back. What will Rock do when he finds out the true identity of Solo? Will the bloodshed come from his own brother, Little Mac? Check out the face-off in the second installment of the roller coaster ride as Rock and Little Mac take their beef back to the streets. Yusuf is Truth. Richard Genty, best-selling author of Neglected Souls. Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna show some illustrations so you don't have to see me completely. Okay. So hopefully you've seen it. At least you're not looking at me this whole time. Let's start. We're going to get started on chapter 26, page 205. Okay. And it starts off, how much time do we have? Rock asked Easy while he watched Dr. Woods stitch him up of an unconscious Mr. Holmes' mouth. 1 hour and 56 minutes. Easy answered, and our flight? Inquired Rock. I don't know. Let me ask the pilot. Easy removed himself from the soft ice cream leather chair. He quickly ran as his voice came through the intercom. Gentlemen, our remaining time is approximately 1 hour, give or take 10 minutes. Thank you. That leaves us 46 minutes to make in half an hour ride, said Rock. Easy turned to Dr. Woods and asked, how long will those drugs take to have him on? Let me make sure I read that right. Easy turned to Dr. Woods and asked, how long will those drugs you have him on have him out? About 35 minutes. Enough time for me to close the mind-sized wound on his back, the back of his neck, Dr. Woods replied. M. Easy replaced his hand lightly on Rock's shoulder and said, "Don't worry, we'll make it. But for safety, but for safety, just in case something does not go wrong, I placed 20 unseen men at your mother's house, and as you know, Gazelle is out of town. Little Mac will be the boogie at the door, the bogey at the door of the meeting, so we're covered at all ends." Rock remained silent with a blank face expression as his soul cried inside for the pain and his mentor endured. Rock looked out the window watching the clouds pass by, hoping that once he got a chance to speak with Mr. Holmes, that he could tell him his. Okay, wait. Once he had a word with Mr. Holmes, hoping that once he got a chance to speak with Mr. Holmes, that he could tell him his stay wasn't as bad as it looks. Mr. Holmes rested in a deep sleep from the medication, relaxed his mind, started to travel to a safer place in time, thinking back to when he was 6. Dot 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 dot. Okay, last page. The bell at St. Mary Private School had rang, announcing the end of the school day. Mr. Holmes loosened his dark blue tie and dashed for the exit. He was happy that it was Friday, the day that his father and his volunteer work at the local clinic 10 blocks from the heart of North Philly. His father always gave him a taxi fare, but he refused to use it, thinking that he would miss something along the way. St. Mary's was located just outside of the hood. As Mr. Holmes would walk a few blocks, the pretty